Welcome to geothoughts.eu. Here are the highlights of geopolitical developments between October 31st and November 6th. The Russian Defense Ministry announced that Russia would continue participating in the UN-brokered grain deal. The decision came after the Kremlin received written guarantees from Kyiv to not to use the grain corridor for attacks against Russia. Yet, it is also said that Russia reserves the right to pull out of the deal. The Kremlin had decided to withdraw from the deal after Ukraine attacked the Russian Black Sea Fleet, a move that could have exacerbated a global food crisis. The former Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is set to form a new government after his Likud party and Zionist right-wing allies won the majority of the seats in the national parliament. In the 120-seated Israeli parliament, Netanyahu's coalition won 64 seats, with 32 of them belonging to his party. The presence of the Zionist party in the possible new government might change the geopolitical status quo regarding the Palestinian question, as well as the current Israeli rapprochement with the Arab world and Turkey. On the other hand, the Lebanese PM Mikati indicated that the newly reached maritime deal will not be affected by the victory of Netanyahu, who promised to scrap the agreement during his election campaigns. Mikati also stressed that the agreement is being guaranteed by the United States. The U.S.-brokered maritime border agreement between Lebanon and Israel was agreed last month, which signifies a historic moment in bilateral relations as both countries have an antagonistic past. Moreover, the international oil production company Energean discovered new natural gas resources off the coast of Israel, which may intensify the race for natural gas discoveries between neighboring countries in the eastern Mediterranean. German Chancellor Scholz visited Beijing, marking the first G7 leader to visit China since the COVID pandemic began. Chinese President Xi stressed the need for more cooperation in times of change and turmoil for the sake of world peace. Scholz, on the other hand, told his counterpart that it is nice that they meet when the rules-based international order is challenged. The visit is significant since the tensions between China and the West have been tense over the past few months over Taiwan. The messages given during the meeting indicate a cooling down of the Taiwan dispute, as well as the affirmation of China's non-intervention policy in the Ukrainian crisis. In a press conference with NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg, Turkish Foreign Minister Cavusoglu said that Sweden and Finland have not yet fulfilled their obligations to become NATO members agreed under the trilateral deal and urged both sides to take more concrete steps. Sweden and Finland signed a memorandum in June which lifted the Turkish veto on both sides' application to become a part of NATO. Yet, Ankara announced that it will keep its veto for membership until its demands are met. One of these includes the extradition of PKK terrorists, which is considered a terrorist organization by the EU. The last development of this week comes from the Middle East. Tehran admitted that it had sent drones to Moscow before the start of the Ukraine war. Previously, Kyiv had announced that its infrastructure systems had been targeted by Russia multiple times using Iranian drones, while Tehran had denied any involvement. That was all for last week's top geopolitical developments from across the world. Thank you for watching. See you next week.